Steam has had quite a few new game releases recently that I think are worth taking of note. Actually, one of these games is a return to Steam. We'll cover that first, and I do want to go over 3 other titles that have recently dropped on Steam. But first of all, do want to make note that Tales from the Borderlands is now officially back on Steam. This got pulled from Steam a while ago when all that stuff with Telltale went down, and it was really unfortunate because while Tales from the Borderlands doesn't get the hype that some of the other Telltale titles get, definitely if you talk about Telltale, people think of Walking Dead, people think of The Wolf Among Us, and definitely those two are on another level. But Tales from the Borderlands, from a sheer humor standpoint and comedy standpoint, it's a hilarious game, and if you're a fan of the world of Borderlands, you can really get into it. It's $20, so that's obviously way too expensive. Do not pay $20 for it, but once it goes on sale and it's like south of $5, it usually is like $3 to $5. It's a pretty good pickup, and I think if you want a game just to chill out and, have a good laugh and still get into the characters and things like that, I think you will enjoy Tales from the Borderlands. I mean, it has an overwhelmingly positive reception on Steam, 12,000 reviews, 95% of those are positive, so I think that should tell the tale enough. By the way, the Borderlands games are seemingly all on sale on Steam outside of Tales from the Borderlands. Like, Borderlands 3 is $19.79, Borderlands 2 is $5, Borderlands 1 Game of the Year is $20 and change, which is ridiculously overpriced, even with that discount, but I thought I would make note of that. Okay, next up, here's a game that kind of came out of nowhere and dropped today, Shattered Tale of the Forgotten King. Now, this has a mostly positive reception on Steam right now, 146 reviews, 71% of those are positive, but the game itself looks like a pretty interesting, lower key Souls title, and when I say lower key, I mean like it just doesn't have like the budget of a Souls title, of course. The game's description notes, the old world is gone, lost with the disappearance of the king. Reforge reality in this dark action RPG through skill-based combat, innovative open-world platforming, and the testimonies of survivors, some more trustworthy than others. Are you ready, Wanderer? Again, not the best reception in the world with the 71%, but one that's definitely going to be on my wish list. It is enjoying a launch discount. It's at $21.24, which definitely isn't bad. But a game that I could see very well being a part of like a humble bundle or a monthly at some point, or just seeing a relatively decent discount sooner rather than later, so I'll keep my eyes on it as far as that's concerned. Okay, next up, The Room for Old Sins has come out on PC. Now, I remember Room back in the day being a huge game and being very popular on mobile platforms. Seems like it's made the transition to PC as well. It's been on PC for a while, but this one came out back on February 11th, and it was received really, really well. Now, it's only $9 as well, so this is a super cheap title. I'm not big on puzzle games and mystery titles like this, but this one has an overwhelmingly positive reception, 1,201 reviews, 98% of those reviews are positive, so that really does paint a positive picture for the game, especially if you're into puzzle games. If you played this game with the other entries, this is seemingly going to be right up your alley. One that's going to go to my wish list for now. Like, my Steam library is filled with a lot of puzzle games, and I haven't gotten into a lot of them, but this one, given its reception, might be one that I have to break the track record and give a shot to, but definitely not anytime soon, given all the games I still have yet to play. On a bit of an RPG kink, and these games are taking forever to complete, and I'm trying to get better at like 100%ing games and not just bum rushing the story, so backlog's killing me a little bit. Lastly, I do want to note that Tarsier Studios and Bandai Namco have put out Little Nightmares 2. Now, if you never played Little Nightmares 1, it was actually a really great game. It was one that went kind of under the radar, but those that played it really dug it. It was a horror game that had a little bit of a vibe of, not necessarily Limbo, but I want to draw resemblance to Limbo just because of it being a 2D title, but being 2.5D. Of course, this one has just shy of an overwhelmingly positive reception. Very positive with 94%. You gotta be 95 to be at overwhelmingly positive. It does have a demo available, so you can check that out. I have not played it as of the recording of this video, but this is one that is on my short list of games I'm gonna play soon. On like one game right now. After I finish it, Little Nightmares 2 might honestly be the next game that I check out. But $30 as a budget title, I mean, I know a lot of people don't like dropping, north of $20, $25 on PC games, but yeah, Little Nightmares 2 will probably go on sale at some point. Add it to your wish list, and I guarantee you're probably going to have a pretty good time with it. The first title, I believe, is still going for a decently high price. It's $20, but it goes on sale all the time, so Add that to your wish list as well if you haven't played it. I guarantee you could probably get it for $5, and that's a pretty good buy at that price point. But that's going to wrap up this one. Again, quite a lot of new releases on Steam. These are ones that are being promoted a little bit more heavy. I want to go through the really hidden pile of Steam games and see if we can dig up some games that deserve a little bit of attention. Sometimes that's a little bit harder to do. But nevertheless, hope you guys enjoyed this one. Sound off with all of your thoughts. If you have a request for a future video, you can leave that in the comments section as well. And I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace out.